Welcome to another episode of the Group Parlay podcast. As always, Andy Semo, Kevin Asoyan, Nick Strom. Today we have a special guest who will be here for our college football Saturdays, David Gelt. We will have a new rendition called Dave's Dogs. We will be where Dave will be picking dogs to win at a plus 120 or longer clip. So that'll be a separate bet. We'll always do our parlay and then we'll have Dave's pick separate. So very exciting. But yesterday, Kevin blew it. College football, of course. So I'll let Kevin recap yesterday's picks.
Yep, unfortunately, just couldn't hit that 5 in a row. It's such a bad game. I'll start with the positives for you guys on baseball. Both of you had some comebacks. Guardians -1 for Strami. A back and forth game here against the Pirates. 10-8 final. Pirates put up 6 in the 5th, but luckily Guardians answered with 4 that same inning and then got a couple late. So nice hit by Strami. Staying hot with a good month. Andy, Orioles -1 for you. 5-3 final here in Colorado. 2 runs at the top of the 9th. And Rockies were threatening in the bottom of the 9th there. They got 1 run. So they hung on, though. Orioles -1. Nice hit. And then Michigan State. Man, what a terrible, terrible team. They're banned. They're already banned for the season. I might actively fade them. They looked terrible. They couldn't get 4th and 1s that were big. Several turnovers on downs. It was one of the worst games you could watch offensively. Aiden Childs is terrible. Confirmed. 16-10 final there. They just couldn't get another score. They didn't score a single point in the second half. 0 points in the second half. Insane. So on the month, we go to 6-24, down 3.89 units, down 1.1 with the boost. I'm 14-15-1, Andy's 16-13-1, and Nick's 18-11-1. Great month for Nick. Last day of the month, boys. We can go positive. This is it.
We can go positive, which is kind of odd. If we didn't have 3 push wins, it could be a lot better, but you take what you can get. So, all right. So we'll start with Dave's Dogs. I'll turn it over to Dave, who is in Omaha right now, driving from Chicago to LA, but he's on with us today to make his pick. So Dave, take it away.
Let's go. Yeah. So really, really excited to jump in with you guys. You know, week 1, definitely a weird board. I thought about all sorts of different stuff. There's a lot of FCS versus FBS. But this week, we're just going to go straight forward, and we're going to take Notre Dame. Riley Leonard is an absolute superstar. When he was healthy the first half of the season at Duke last year, he looked like a Heisman candidate. He is fast, mobile, and can throw the ball. And I'm just not ready to buy in on A&M. I think if you asked me to pick this game 10 weeks from now, my pick will probably flip. But at the start of the season, I really, really think that Mike Elko's squad at A&M is just not going to be ready. And I think their defensive line is still going to be really strong at A&M, but without Walter Nolan, since he transferred to Ole Miss, definitely some intrigue there against a really, really inexperienced Notre Dame offensive line. And but Riley Leonard, again, very mobile, great at getting outside the pocket, did that a ton at Duke. So feel really, really good about that. This morning, that's at plus 130. Get it now. I got it at plus 145 like yesterday. So money is pouring in on Notre Dame. Get it fast. Get it as soon as you're listening to this, because if you don't, you're going to be seeing that continue to trend closer and closer to even money.
Love it. Yeah, I think I got it at 130. So Notre Dame over A&M. People are going to say, oh, it's not an underdog because they're 7 versus 20, but playing in at A&M, and the money's there.
Hey, man, I'm going to go with
who
Vegas tells me the underdog is. I don't care about the college football rankings, especially in week 1, but Vegas knows. And I think,
right,
it's a A&M's a 3-point favorite, and they're at home. That's telling me Vegas thinks they're probably about even on a neutral field. We're not going to take Mike Elko in game 1 at a new school.
I love it.
Where are they
All
playing?
right.
Notre Dame A&M.
It's Notre Dame versus A&M. He's taking Notre Dame.
Yeah, they're at A&M.
Yeah, it's a tough place to
Kyle,
play. Tough place to play.
it is. It'll be the toughest place that Leonard has played in his career. I mean, but he has, he's beaten Clemson. He's won big games. Like Duke last year was the best Duke team, I think, probably in our lifetimes, and he was 90% of the reason for that. The other 10% is that now the head coach at A&M. So you do get that fun matchup of the quarterback and his former head coach, both in new places. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't think A&M is going to be ready. Mike Elko is a program builder and he builds a culture, and I don't think you do that over an off season. I think you need some time into the season and playing some good opponents to be able to build that.
All right. Well, with that, we'll get into the daily parlay, all college football today. So, Strom, you're first. We lost Kevin.
And we lost Kevin. That's tough. I hate to see that.
Man, he must really not like
Probably pop back in.
pick.
All right, Strom, what do you got?
Yeah, I am a sucker for an FCS dog against an FBS ranked team, and that's what I'm going with. I'm going South Dakota State plus 13 against Oklahoma State. South Dakota State has won 29 games in a row, winning 2 straight FCS championships. Their last loss came in 2022 against Iowa, losing 7-3 at Iowa. South Dakota State has FCS Player of the Year quarterback Mark Gronowski. He's 37-3 in his career. They also returned 8 of their top 13 tacklers. They had the best defense in the FCS last year, holding opposing offenses to 9.3 points per game. You hold Ollie Gordon on the ground. You don't let him run all over you. I think they have a chance to win this game. Catching 13 points here, I like them to cover. So, love a good FCS upset.
I got nothing to say. I mean, Oklahoma State's supposed to be pretty good this year, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like
Their
it.
offense wasn't great last year, so.
I think Oklahoma State, like, historically, Mike Gundy in non-conference games just doesn't give a shit. I'm sorry, am I allowed to cuss? I hope I'm allowed to cuss because I just cussed. But anyway.
You can cuss all you
all
want.
right, perfect. Yeah, Mike Gundy doesn't give a shit about non-con games. You see it time and time again. And their best player by far is Ollie Gordon, who they're going to hand the ball to 40 times, keep the clock running. If you were asking me to take them minus 6.5, fine. But anything more than a touchdown, Oklahoma State's just going to play keep away, and we're going to see a quick, slow game, not a ton of possessions. I love the South Dakota State pick.
And side note, roll birds today. Illinois State at Iowa, another FBS team or FCS team I like. We just can't bet on Illinois sports, which is awesome. So,
all right. Before we lose them, let's go to Kevin's pick.
My computer died. I'm good. I'm on the phone now. Thank you. All right.
you might want to adjust your camera. We can see your mouth.
There you go.
Is good?
Yeah, you're good.
We are going to the Georgia Clemson game. Huge game. It's probably second biggest of the day, if not the biggest to Dave's. We are taking the first half under at 26, correct?
Yeah.
26. We got a big year for obviously for Georgia, great team. Don't think Etienne's playing. It's the last I heard, and Robinson's hurt as well. So they're going to be hurting at running back today. Obviously, Bowers has gone to the NFL. Beck's a stud. We know that he's going to be a great quarterback. He's going to be fine with receivers. They're going to put up points, but I think they're going to start slow today with Clemson's defense. They are a defensive team. That's Dabo's way. It's the only reason they're going to be good this year, and it's the only reason they've been any decent at all the last couple of years. Their offense has been terrible. Cape Klubnik had a really bad year last year, I'd say, given the expectations, and he's still starting this year. They don't have a lot of wide receiver talent, I don't think, at all, and they lost Will Shipley, who was their best player running back. So I think Georgia's defense can have no problem getting to the quarterback, getting a lot of sacks, getting a lot of pressure on them. So I expect a big day from Georgia defense, and I'm just hoping that Georgia starts slow enough for Clemson not to give up in the first half here. Again, they just need to stop the run. That's all they should need to do today to going to be ground and pound, I think, first half. Ground and pound, stop the run, get to the second half. That's where the points are going to start flying from Georgia, which is why I wanted to take the first half.
Interesting.
Okay.
First half.
No, I mean,
First half under.
I like it. 2 defensive teams. So
I think the only thing
Very smart.
that scares me is how much Clemson
Defense.
has talked about how much they love the in-helmet communication coming to college, and that they feel like their communication with Klubnik on the field has gotten significantly better. And I'm just curious to see if that turns into him taking a big step forward this year, and that's the only thing I'd be worried about. Otherwise, love that pick.
Yeah, I'll be want to see it, but yeah, it's he could take a step this year, no doubt.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait.
All right. So for the last leg, I am going to go UNLV plus 3.5. They are playing Houston. UNLV is returning a bunch of players. They're returning their star running back, potential all-pro wide receiver, and their number 2 wide receiver. Also, they are returning Barry Odom and their offensive coordinator. Barry Odom led the Rebels to a 9-5 record. They played in a bowl game. They played the Mountain West Championship last year, so they were pretty solid. Also, pretty much all of their defense is returning as well. So I love the continuity for UNLV. Houston has a new head coach. He was at Tulane, who was pretty good, but he's coming into Houston now, so changed program. They're returning their senior quarterback, but he's very turnover prone. He threw 12 picks last year. Also, at the skill position and defense levels, they lost a ton of players to the transfer portal. So, not a lot of continuity for Houston, who wasn't even good last year. They were 4-8. They scored an average of 23.7 points per game, but gave up 34.4 a game, which is one of the worst in college football. So I look for UNLV to, if not cover 3, win this game outright. I love them today. So
I like it. Let's go.
Barry Odom, former Mizzou coach. He's going to do it for us today.
Legend.
That's right.
It's going to be a fun one.
All right. Yeah. All right. So to recap the picks, for the parlay, we have Clemson, Georgia, first half under 26 at -146, UNLV plus 3.5 at -112, South Dakota State plus 13 at -152 comes out to plus 422. And then the first edition of Dave's Dogs. Dave's Dogs is going Notre Dame plus 130. So that's it for the picks today. Thank you, Dave. Good luck on the drive. Let's watch some college football.
Hey, let's win one and get back in the green, huh, boys? Let's finish the month positive.
Let's finish the month
Let's
strong.
do it.
All right, boys.
Let's do it. All right. Yeah, boys.
Get it.